I'm not drunk, you're drunk. You leave me alone. I haven't been drinking too much. I'm gonna go fly ship now. Welcome back, everybody. How you doing? This is Pig Tusk Mammoth saying, "What's up?" And we're looking at the Esperia Glaive today. The Esperia Glaive. Ah, yes. I got some words for the Esperia Glaive. Some good words. I like it. I like all the ships for the most part. There's a couple ships I might not exactly entirely love, but this one's pretty good. It can only be purchased once you've defeated the Vandal Swarm, and it also is available during Alien Week. So like both of those have to be happening. Like Alien Week has to be happening, and you have to have defeated the Vandal Swarm. If you defeat the Vandal Swarm and Alien Week's not happening, don't be surprised if you don't see the ship yet. You just have to wait until it becomes available. Which is what happened with me. I did the Vandal Swarm, was like, where's my glaive? And then never saw it. And now it's Alien Week and suddenly it's there. So I bought it real fast. Now, just like the other ships that are unlocked, that in a similar manner, it is only available the one time once you've bought it. If you sell this ship back for credit, you will have to dig it out of your buybacks to buy it back. It is a short range, medium class fighter that is actually quite capable of doing heavy class fighter damage and kind of maneuverable too. It's not super maneuverable, but it's fast. One thing to take into consideration is it's got both the really big guns and the really small guns. And if you know you're going after and you don't think you're going to have to worry about anything too much of a mixed bag, you can actually pull power from one set of guns and put the power to the other set of guns depending on what you're going after. Because if you're going after small things, I would use those little baby repeaters there, those little size ones. Or if you're going after big things, put all your power towards the big stuff and turn off the little guns. And you also get 8 bullet missiles in there. Of course, we'll look at all of that when we look at the Urkel. One thing I like to point out is it does have blades on the wing here. They extend out whenever you switch between the guns and the missiles, but they only stay extended out for like that very short period of time. There they are. I think that's it right there. I'm not sure exactly which one of these two things. It's either this shiny thing right here or is this thing right here. I think it's the shiny thing. Yeah, it's gotta be the shiny thing. And I do think that they are still functional, because I just like literally ran into an Avenger last night and completely obliterated it and took no damage myself. Like completely jet ran this thing. When landing, you'll notice these landing gears are quite tall and they have hydraulics, which is something it can make for fun landing. Here, actually, let's just go ahead and show you what kind of a fun landing we're talking about. I know. I hate that it did that. Yeah, just enter the pilot seat. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and take off. And now let's go ahead and pop back down. But yeah, you get the point. Now you can see the ship all lit up and it looks particularly cool because of all the red and yellow lighting. Now, while the ship did survive the jet ramming quite impressively with no damage, I did take like the smallest little pea shooter shot and these little like feathery things on the wings. One of those popped off immediately. Those might be sticking out a little bit, but it has almost no effect on your flying or anything when those come off. I didn't really notice too much with like damage to my engines happening real quickly. Do kind of feel like the capacitor could stand to get a little bit of a slight boost. Because if you'll like take a look in here, let's go ahead and just zoom in on it. Our weeks have 29 shots in them. Actually, let's go ahead and put power to weapons. So we got power to weapons, and we get 35 shots to the weeks and 7 shots to the rafts. The rafts are the big cannons. Now, if you're going to be doing the thing that I was talking about earlier, where you like swap between power on one set and power on the other set, if you lose the weeks, your rafts go up to 9. And I'll go ahead and show that off right now. So let's go ahead, pop in the guns, cut those down, and we get 9 shots on our raft cannons. But if we wanted to go after smaller targets, we jump to a amazing, oh my god, 215 shots on our small cannons, or on our small repeaters. So we end up becoming quite dangerous for anything that's small. And this ship can keep up with the small ships. In fact, I've seen somebody PvPing against people in small ships using just the cannons. So that's a thing too. So let's go ahead and take off.
You are clear to launch.
But before we go ahead and launch, like he wants me to, let's go take a look at that Urkel. Alright, here we are in the Urkel, or the starting loadout for the Glaive. I'm going to start with the weapons. On the weapons we have 2 size 1 weeks. These are on the nose. They're the little size 1 repeaters. I guess they actually are cannons. Interesting. I thought they were repeaters. They're showing up as cannons. Anyhow, alongside those on the wings, we have the size 5 rafts. They pretty much are the wings, and those are labeled as plasma cannons. And once we have plasma worked into the game, you'll get to see that damage over time. You'll probably lose the alpha a little bit on them, but that's okay. Moving on to the missile racks. The racks themselves, as I said earlier, they are locked to the ship. They come with size 2 bullets, 4 each. These do a pretty decent amount of damage. Everything on this ship really does a decent amount of damage. And of course the ramming blade, which I believe becomes active mainly when you have the missiles on, but you won't really see them stay out because they like pop out and retract right away. I don't know, the animation's a little messed up. Actually, I think it works the whole time. I don't think it's really just when the missiles are out. Anyhow, moving on, we have the size 1 beacon, military grade C. It's a quick one, but it is not efficient at all. It won't get you very far. This is literally just to get you around like from moon to moon, not going from planet to planet really, not without refueling. The shields are a couple of size 1 all-stop military grade Cs. These can also stand to be upgraded to the slightly bigger grade As of the FR66 variant. And the power plant is a referral Cascade military grade B. We are actually using a pretty decent amount of the power in this power plant. That's actually pretty impressive to me, considering most of the time the ships are barely either barely using any of the power, or they're using almost too much of it. And we have these 2 stupid little things down here that nobody cares about. Military grade C bracer, blah blah blah. This ship, let's go ahead and reset this, is not available in-game for in-game credits, unfortunately. And it does have some interesting unlock parameters. And it's not really a cheap ship either. That's nice, I don't even get to show it off either. Like the price. How much was that thing? Oh, I know one way. Yeah, that's what I thought. It was 350 bucks. But yeah, it costs 350 bucks, and you have to unlock it by doing the Vandal wave thing in the arena. What's that shit called again? The Vandal Swarm. Anyhow, let's go fly it. Alright, welcome back. Now, something you've probably also been noticing with this heads-up display. It looks awfully familiar, right? The color. How awful the coloring is. Because it's all red like the blade. Well, one thing I would like to point out is you might also notice it doesn't feel quite so nasty like the blade normally does.
Thank you.
And that's kind of nice. Just the way that the cockpit itself is set up kind of opens it up, makes it so that that red isn't quite so much eye cancer on you. But you do still have some issues with not really being able to see the difference on your speed limiter, on whether or not you're in the blue or not. And sometimes with like when you're using thrust, you can't tell when you're in the red on the boost. Another thing to think about with this ship, in Atmo. Let's go ahead and turn the speed limiter off real quick. This thing has a tendency to want to flip, and I'm not holding my right hand on the stick at all. The ship is just naturally trying to pull upwards. If I push back a little bit on it, it keeps going that way. It's just the shape of the ship being so far forward makes it so it doesn't really want to fly in a straight line exactly. Whoop, yep. Like I said, doesn't exactly want to fly in a straight line. So it might be a good idea to slow it down until you're out of ammo. Or at least until you're able to jump away. Which we're about to do now. Now, as I said, the ship does start out as a short-range fighter. It does not come with a very long-range quantum drive in it. But I myself have actually upgraded that, so I wouldn't have to worry about it because I don't like being limited to short ranges so much. Even though I do most of my bounty hunting around here in Crusader. Now, before we get out here and do our PvE bounty hunting, I did want to mention that if you are interested in PvP bounty hunting, there is someone who has actually already gotten around to doing some videos of PvP footage with the Glaive. I myself have not gotten around to doing any PvP, but Crooked will. If you want to go visit his channel, he's a pretty good pilot. He has given his input to me, and he definitely said that it hits hard, but it's hard to use in PvP, so keep that in mind. Link in the description for his video. Alright, so we got ourselves a little bit of a target here. We're going to go after all three of these guys and probably take out their buddies too, and we'll see how that goes. And this is HRT. I would go higher, but I don't have my higher stuff unlocked yet. This HRT part of the ladder is quite grindy. Let's see, what is that selling? Yeah, we'll go there first. Alright, so this first target, I think we're going to go with the guns all set default, so we can use both the Weeks and the Wraths together. Get our speed limiter off real quick, because we're not really in heavy atmo, so we don't have to worry about that anymore. And we can get there a lot quicker. Now we do have a lot of targets here. So I think I'm going to go ahead and start with the main Vanguard Warden here, and we'll see how things are going after that. If it's getting too rough, then we're going to run away. How am I not using... Oh. And those size 5s make quick work of some of these guys. Looks like we have, what, 2 reclaimers here? That's fair. Shields are down. Better get those back up. Go after the other warden here, and then maybe then it won't be so bad. Oh, that's nice. Only one of my guns is shooting on those. There we go. Now they're both shooting again. Oh, you can't take too many of those. Well, that has to feel good. Alright, there's one. Your turn. And it appears your criminal salvaging operation is coming to a halt. And you're just tumbling through the sky. Can't wait to see where you end up.
Bye, Felicia.
Oh, and he's gone. Next. Alright, well I think it's safe to say that we got rid of all the big heavy stuff that was going to be on this mission. So let's go ahead and head down here. We'll test it out where we're only using the rafts this time. So we get the 9 shots in our raft on each one. Alright, here we are. All we have are the rafts. No little guns this time. No weaks. We'll fire some missiles at him this time. Well, it's a Valkyrie, so we have a pretty early lock. That's probably close enough. What do you mean front clash? Nuh-uh. Have more. We didn't even get close to him. Nah. Is everyone just dying? Am I getting hit? What am I getting hit by? We've definitely taken damage. Oh, and he's in the Gladius. Well, that'll teach him. Oh my. Yeah, there's another example of that wonderful working. The Eclipse lost half of its body. And I didn't lose nothing. Okay, I lost something there. And there we go. Real testament to this thing's survivability, though. I've run into 2 ships. I got lit up pretty well. I've taken some damage. I've definitely lost some of those little flappy things that I was talking about earlier. But I'm still flying straight, and I still have both my guns. And he's not feeling too good. Alright, now this time, we're gonna run with the weaks on and no cannons. Hopefully this works out. It might not be a good idea to run it this way. At least not on HRT. But I want to see how it does. And time to go get the target. We got Hornet. Well, that's going to make it kind of easy for me. What's the other one? Hurricane. Hurricane is way more important to kill. And probably not too terrible for the weeks. Let's see how this goes. I don't know what's going on with that big black bar every now and then. That wasn't happening last night. Oh, fly right into the sun. That's helpful. So the weapons are getting a little warm. Okay, they're not recharging anymore. Nothing is recharging now. Oh, there we go. Now they're coming back. Would you get away from the ground? Stop. Just stop doing that. You know what? I want to get him. He's being annoying. There's the Hornet. He's done. Wait. Never mind. I'm the one who's done. I salute you. Well, I mean, I was just using the little weeks anyway. They were taking forever. I think I did get that Hornet, though. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, leave a like, subscribe, and come back for more. See ya.